5 outdoor dates that worked. The best outdoor date does not begin with a perfect plan. It begins with a feeling. Two people stepping outside the routine, leaving screens, schedules, and small talk behind long enough to remember that life is supposed to feel alive. I believe the outdoors has a way of making connection easier. Something changes when we are walking beneath trees, watching a sunset, laughing over a missed throw, or sitting beside water with nowhere urgent to be. The pressure of a traditional dinner date fades. Conversation has room to breathe. Silence feels peaceful instead of awkward. And the world gives us something beautiful to share without either of us having to manufacture a moment. The 5 best outdoor activities with my girlfriend are not about spending the most money or creating a social media highlight reel. They work because they create presence, playfulness, conversation, and shared memories. The Sunset Picnic. Sunset picnic is not just food outside, it is one of the simplest ways I can turn an ordinary evening into a scene she remembers. I choose a place with a view, a quiet park, a lake, a hill, a garden, a river walk, a beach, a scenic overlook, or even a peaceful corner of town where the light becomes golden near the end of the day. I bring a blanket, a small basket or cooler, drinks, napkins, and food that is easy to share. I do not overcomplicate the menu. Great cheese, fruit, warm bread, sandwiches, chocolate, sparkling water, favorite snacks, or takeout from a place she loves can feel far more romantic than trying to manage a complicated meal outside. I believe effort is more attractive than extravagance. I remember the details. I bring her favorite drink. I pack an extra layer in case it gets cool. I bring a small speaker, but I do not let music overpower the moment. I make sure there is a way to handle trash. I choose a spot that feels safe, comfortable, and not so isolated that she cannot relax. Why does it work? Because a picnic removes the usual structure. We are not sitting across from each other in a crowded restaurant competing with conversations, servers, and noise. We are side by side, looking at the sky, sharing food, and allowing the conversation to wander somewhere real. The sunset does some of the work for me, but I still have to show up. I put my phone away. I ask questions that invite depth. What is something you want more of in your life this year? What did you love doing when you were younger? What is a place you would disappear to for a week if you could? I believe a sunset picnic works because the sky reminds us that beauty does not always need an explanation. Sometimes it simply needs 2 people willing to slow down and see it together. 2. The Trail and Talk Hike. A hike is one of the best dates because it creates a shared direction. We are not merely talking, we are moving. We are navigating a trail, noticing views, helping each other over roots or rocks, stopping for water, laughing when one of us misjudges the incline, and arriving somewhere together. I believe movement makes conversation more honest. When I walk beside someone instead of staring directly across a table, it can feel easier to open up. There is less pressure to perform. The rhythm of the trail gives pauses a purpose. A quiet moment becomes part of the experience instead of a sign that something went wrong. I choose the hike for her, not for my ego. I do not pick the most difficult mountain in the region just so I can prove I am tough. I consider her experience, fitness, comfort level, footwear, and interest. A beautiful 1 or 2 hour trail can be far more romantic than a punishing trek that leaves us exhausted, frustrated, and hungry. I bring water, snacks, sunscreen, bug spray, a small first aid kit, and an extra layers. The National Park Service recommends preparing for sudden weather changes and packing layers appropriate for the most extreme conditions I might encounter. I also check the forecast before we leave, tell someone our general plan if we are going somewhere remote, and stick to designated paths. Staying on trails protects the environment and helps reduce risk. Why does this work? Because it reveals character in a natural way. How do we handle a wrong turn? How do we encourage each other when the trail gets steep? Can we laugh when the plan changes? Do we notice when the other person needs a break? I do not turn into a drill sergeant. I do not act like she needs to be rescued every 5 minutes. I simply become attentive. I offer a hand when it is welcome. I notice when she is tired. I let her set a pace that feels good. I make the hike about us, not about proving I can conquer a hill. I believe a trail and talk hike works because shared effort creates a kind of closeness that sitting still cannot always create. We leave with tired legs, clearer minds, and a memory that feels earned. 3. The farmer's market. Adventure. A farmer's market date is playful, personal, low pressure, and full of small discoveries. I love this date because it gives us 100 little things to react to together. Fresh fruit, local bread, flowers, strange jams, handmade goods, food trucks, music, dogs on leashes, old-fashioned lemonade. There is always something to point at, smell, taste, laugh about, or learn. I believe great dates do not always require dramatic romance. Sometimes they require a shared strawberry, a ridiculous-looking vegetable, and the willingness to wander with no urgent destination. I arrive with a loose plan. Maybe we each choose one item the other has to try. Maybe we pick ingredients for a meal we will cook later. Maybe I tell her she can choose the flowers for the table. Maybe we find a local pastry, sit on a bench, and watch the market move around us. The market creates natural conversation. I learn what she likes. Does she choose sweet or savory? Is she adventurous with food? Does she stop to talk to vendors? Does she light up around art, plants, animals, spices, or music? These details are not trivial. They are clues to who she is. Why does it work? Because it does not force intimacy. It allows it to emerge. We are doing something together, but we are also seeing how each other moves through the world. The atmosphere is relaxed. There is no expectation that every second must be romantic. That is often when romance sneaks in. I believe the best part of a farmer's market date is not what I buy. It is what I remember. The peach she said was the best thing she tasted all summer, the flower she could not stop looking at, the vendor who made us laugh, the recipe we tried together later. Those small moments become emotional landmarks. 4. The playful competition date. A little friendly competition can create chemistry faster than a perfect speech. Miniature golf, pickleball, tennis, a driving range, outdoor bowling, cornhole, paddleboarding, bike riding, a casual basketball shootout, or even a simple game of frisbee can turn a date into something alive with laughter. I believe play reveals the best parts of people. It reveals how we laugh when we miss. It reveals whether we can be lighthearted. It reveals whether we know how to win without becoming arrogant and lose without becoming miserable. It creates inside jokes. It gives us permission to be silly. The secret is to choose an activity that feels fun, not a sport where I am trying to show off or make her feel behind. And if she has never played, I do not turn into an impatient coach. I keep it light. I celebrate effort. I let her win sometimes only if it does not feel insulting. Better yet, I create small, playful stakes that make both of us laugh. Loser buys ice cream, winner chooses the next song, or whoever misses has to answer a fun question. I believe the right competition creates flirtation without pressure. It gives our energy somewhere to go. If we are playing pickleball or tennis, I bring water and keep the pace comfortable. If we are biking, I choose a scenic and manageable route. If we are on water, I make safety part of the plan. Life jackets, weather awareness, and no pressure to do more than feels comfortable. Why does it work? Because it creates shared emotion. A romantic dinner can be wonderful, but an activity that makes us laugh until we cannot breathe creates a different kind of bond. It brings out spontaneity. It lets us see one another beyond carefully edited conversation. I do not need to win the game. I need to make the date feel like a win. The stargazing escape. There is something about looking at the night sky that rearranges a conversation. The world gets quieter. The pace slows down. The normal distractions lose their grip. A parking lot, field, beach, backyard, overlook, or quiet park can become extraordinary when the lights are low and the sky is open. I bring a blanket, warm drinks in a thermos, extra layers, snacks, and perhaps a small star map app, used sparingly. I do not want to stare at my phone while claiming we came to look at the sky. I choose a safe, legal location. I plan transportation. I consider the weather. I avoid isolated places that would make her feel uneasy. I make sure we have enough light to walk safely, keep my phone charged for practical reasons, and let someone know our plan if we are heading somewhere remote. I believe romance is never worth making someone feel unsafe. Once we are settled, I let the night become quiet. We do not have to fill every moment. We can point out constellations. We can talk about dreams, childhood, travel, fears, or the strange turns life has taken. We can listen to music softly. We can simply lie there and let the silence be kind. Why does stargazing work? Because it gives us perspective. The sky makes our usual worries feel smaller. It creates a natural sense of awe, and awe has a way of opening people up. It reminds us that there is more to life than routine, more to love than convenience, more to connection than 100 rushed messages on a screen. I believe stargazing works because it makes two people feel small in the most beautiful way. Small beneath something vast, but close beside each other. The real secret, the activity matters, but the way I lead it matters more. I do not plan a date to impress her with how adventurous, wealthy, athletic, or creative I am. I plan it to create a space where we can enjoy each other. I think ahead. I check the weather. I bring water. I choose activities that match her comfort level. I have a backup plan if it rains. I respect her boundaries. I make room for conversation. I believe preparation is one of the most romantic forms of confidence. It says I can take initiative without being controlling. It says I have thought about her experience, not just my own. It says I can create a memorable day without turning every moment into a performance, and I stay flexible. Outdoor dates are beautiful because nature does not always follow the script. The sunset may hide behind clouds. The trail may be muddy. The market may be crowded. The game may get rained out. But I do not let a changed plan ruin the energy. If the weather turns dangerous, I choose safety quickly. The National Weather Service says there is no safe place outdoors during a thunderstorm. When thunder is heard, I should move promptly to a substantial enclosed building or hard-topped vehicle, rather than sheltering under a tree or in a small open structure. A changed plan can become part of the story. We can grab hot chocolate. We can sit in the car and listen to rain. We can turn the picnic into a living room dinner. We can laugh about the chaos and create another date for the plan we missed. I believe the best dates are not perfect, they are personal. They are two people stepping out of the ordinary, sharing an experience, and realizing the world feels more interesting when they are exploring it together. So I pack the blanket, I choose the trail, I bring the snacks, I make the reservation for the activity, I check the sky, I take initiative, not because I am trying to manufacture romance, but because I understand something simple. The right outdoor date does not just give us something to do, it gives us a memory with fresh air in it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.